Hi, my name is Jacob Gutierrez, firefighter, paramedic, EMS operations lieutenant here at Granbury Volunteer Fire Department. Today we're going to be going over tanker 10. All right, so this is tanker 10. A couple cool things to note about tanker 10. It is owned and operated by Granbury Volunteer Fire Department, so essentially it can go anywhere, county or city. If we come up here, this little flap up here, this is going to be where your pre-connects are. We have 200 foot of 1 3/4 inch, 200 foot of 2 inch, 400 foot of 2.5 inch. Come down here, in this first compartment right here, we're gonna have some extra nozzles, some extra Storks adapters. You're gonna have your short shot 5-inch LDH, 25 foot, a couple wildland lines, 1 inch, and then you have your 2.5 inch or extra 2.5 inch right here, and then an extra line of 2.5 inch right here. All right, so if we move on over here, obviously I said you have this extra 2.5 inch right here, and then you got some pike poles, all right, some tools, trash hook, right? And these big black things right here, these are your hard suction lines or hoses, right? These are going to be used for drafting operations. If we ever need to pull water from a lake or pull water from a dump tank, this is the lines we're going to be using. If you look in this one right here, this is really important. It's a whole lot of nothing, all right? Let's move on to the back. So the main things about the back of tanker 10 for new personnel learning tanker 10, you have 2 direct tank fills right here on this side and on this side right here, right? This will be, you hook up to the hydrant from right here, you'd fill up the tank just like that, or you'd use that short shot 5-inch LDH and you'd hook up to the side and fill your tank from there also. But you do have direct tank fills on the back side of this truck as well. If we walk up here, take these little clips off. If you could reach this side too. I'm gonna straddle the truck here. You have your 5-inch LDH supply line. Right, there's gonna be 1,000 foot of supply line in the back of this truck. So if you need to hook up to a hydrant, you'd pull this and hook up to the tank from there, okay? And be able to supply water, or you can supply another pumper, whichever you need to do. But just note that there is 1,000 feet of 5-inch LDH. Those are your main key words for you. We do have some spanner wrenches hidden away in the back right here, and a hydrant wrench, just in case you need it real quick tool to grab. Instead of opening up the cabinets, you can just grab it off the back right here. And this cabinet right here, very important for new people. You have your handy dandy ice chest, right? This thing's always gonna be filled with ice. Make sure it's filled with ice. If you ever come into the station, and this is your truck that you're assigned to, or if you wanna be a good person and fill up the rest of the trucks, feel free. We always like to make sure we got cold drinks on board just in case we need to fight a fire and we're out there for a long period of time. We want cold water. This beautiful piece of equipment here, this is called your dump tank, right? So this will be deployed if we're on scene of a rural structure fire and we need water quick. We're going through water, like a lot of water, right? This will be deployed, and essentially think of it as a giant pool that we use those hard suction hoses that I talked about on the other side. We put that in there and we suck water out of that pool and supply a pumper that's fighting the fire. Essentially this pool that's set up, this will allow for tankers to rapidly deploy water into this dump tank via this essentially this discharge area right here, right? This will allow water to dump right into that dump tank, okay? So it's for quick, rapid water discharge into this pool. That way we can suck water out of it and supply water to the fire without having to hook up to multiple engines, we could just keep dumping water in there. All right. The last cabinet over here, right over here in this big red bag, we're gonna have 2 SCBAs or air packs, 2 air packs. And then right here, this big thing that looks like a thimble from the Monopoly game, this is a filter to put into the hard suction hose. That way, if we're pulling from a lake, no catfish or blue, any fish or debris or algae or anything gets into our tank, and we're not putting random debris inside of our pump, right? You also have some spanner wrenches, hydrant wrench, big boy spanner wrenches, and adapters, reducers in that basket right there. A couple extra cones in here. This thing right here is also a strainer or filter. You put that in the bottom of the dump tank that we talked about, and then you're able to pull water in. There's also a filter on it that allows no extra random stuff to get in there. I'm assuming you can also put it inside of a lake if you really wanted to. Hopefully we're not, pulling water from a lake. That's going to be extreme or extreme case scenario. But yeah, filters, strainers, cones, SCBAs or air packs. You got 2 of them in there. Thanks for joining us on the Tanker 10 tour today. Just a quick reminder, we do have 3,000 gallons of water on this tank. So if you're ever asked how many gallons of water are on this tank, it's gonna be 3,000 gallons. We do have a lot of water to play with this truck. If you have any questions, feel free to ask anybody. We're all here to help you, and I hope you have a blessed day.